wonderful people. Thank you again for joining me on this journey of figuring out how to better reflect God in all aspects of life by looking at things I wish I had been taught. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 of this video topic, I highly encourage that you do so before viewing this one. With that being said, we are currently on a journey together to see how coming to the Bible with a specific political lens can lead you to find support for your political ideas. Once we look at all of these, we're going to then put it all together to figure out how we can better reflect God through our political beliefs, even if we don't agree with each other. So, today's political topic is communism. And once again, nothing of what I say is a direct opinion of mine or expression of my beliefs or anyone else's with our Safe Harbor Church. Now let's dig in. At the heart of Christian communism, and yes, that is a thing, is the maxim, which states, "From each according to his ability, to each according to their needs." To some, it can be easy to see the parallels between this ideal professed by Karl Marx and the message of Jesus in Matthew 25 and verse 15, which reads, "To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability." Evidence given for the claim that Jesus promoted communism is often by his example, as Jesus and his followers lived communal lives that were lived in voluntary poverty. Now, this was not uncommon during his time, as many populations of Jews seemed to live in communal groups where property was freely shared and not considered personal. Other passages that are referenced for this idea are Acts 2:41 through 46 and Acts 4:32 through 35, which I invite you to read as we continue laying out this context. Some other proof texts in support of this type of communist society look to verses like Matthew 19:21, which reads, "Jesus said to him, 'If you would be perfect, go sell what you possess and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, and come follow me.'" So verses such as that and others where Jesus makes a statement of letting go of our wealth and positions to give to others in need. Jesus is also sometimes seen condemning the accumulation of wealth and property for its own sake and publicly censoring wealthy property owners, sentencing them to be excluded from the kingdom of heaven. Now, many throughout Christian history who appeal to the ideal of communism have also condemned what they see as Christianity being used as a mode of acquiring wealth. One example of this condemnation is towards church leaders such as ministers, popes, and televangelists who have acquired mass amounts of money for personal gain. Another example looks at the idea of Christianity adopted as the official religion of the Roman Empire, which encouraged conversion to Christianity as a way to gain positions and promotions among the empire's bureaucracy. Makes sense. Now, the last example I'll give is from author Edward Gibbon's work, The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. In this, he describes a progression of the Christian religion in the late empire. He includes historical accounts of how churches were transformed from their communist social relations into mass bodies of power and wealth accumulation. This transformation, he says, started in larger cities where large donations were given to churches by wealthy converts. And with that being said, we can look at other examples in world history of how communism has been acted out and see problems with it, as those who claim to uphold these ideals hardly actually live them out, especially leaders of communist states. Seeing that communist leaders have caused the deaths of tens of millions of people is a historical fact. Christians who believe that the Bible teaches communist ideals often respond that they didn't live out true communism, which can be fair. However, we should look at this and understand that the support for a Christian communist structure does make a compelling case that it is biblical or of God. So, if you read the Bible through this lens, you can affirm the Bible and Jesus could support communism. And just remember that we tend to find what we're looking for whether or not it's really there. Now, in my next video, I'm going to look at yet another type of government system that can be viewed as having a compelling case for support. But before I end, I want to once again stress that I am merely laying out context, not expressing my personal opinions or those of anyone else at the Our Safe Harbor Church. So, please be sure to tune into all my videos in this series to figure out where I'm going and to make sure that none of my words are taken out of context either. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.